Okay, guys, so I'm super excited about this week. And, I feel like I have just had this, I don't know, this overwhelming need for these Monday night Zooms. I need that sense of connection. And I absolutely 100% love teaching the things that I learn along the way. This week, last week, Kayla and I kind of talked about the 14-day challenge. I'm going to brief kind of like recap on that a little bit because I'll tell you. So Kayla Fox and I know there were a couple other people in here that maybe have done it or didn't do it or whatever. We signed up for this group and we did a 14-day challenge. And the 14-day challenge was a live every day. And we were like, I don't know. I think at least I can't speak for Kayla, but I was kind of like, what in the world am I going to go live every day about? But what he taught us was some pretty important basics. So I'm not going to get into a lot of details tonight on it, but I can tell you these steps alone that I'm going to tell you, these steps alone were a game changer. Without a shadow of a doubt. They literally, there's no coincidence that I was going through a drought. I signed 3 promoters and all 3 of them ordered this past week. They're all on track and one of them has gotten a few customers. And I swear to you guys that had I not been doing these lives, had I not been, and I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone while I'm talking to you, but it's because I'm pulling my stuff up. Had I not been like actually going live every day, I probably wouldn't have grabbed their attention enough to bring them into me because I don't overly post on my Facebook. And I'm pretty sure that most of you guys don't want to post spammy posts, right? So I went into it learning more along the lines of how I could bring value to the people following me. And if I shared the way that I was feeling or how something was or whatever, I posted and talked about a lot of things that kind of related to our products, but they weren't our products. And then when I did my call to action, that is when I replied and messaged the people, that's when I turned, maybe I was talking, I'm just going to use an example. One night I was talking about intermittent fasting. So I could turn that into, are you taking any kind of supplements already? Right? So you can see where me talking about intermittent fasting can lead into a whole different area, right? So these are the steps. And look, I'm gonna be very brutally honest with you guys and tell you right now that the reason why I'm looking at my phone is because I literally have to write them down physically every single time that I go live now. And you might be like, that sounds too complicated. Well, if that means that you've got people actually physically reaching out to you, which you probably don't now, not saying you don't, but you probably don't. Most people don't when they first get started, without saying like, order my product or whatever, right? So yeah. And, I see where Virginia said that helped me a lot. And you guys, I could share videos and everything else, but the biggest point is that here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's your tip. So you're going to want to find what your topic is. Okay. You want your topic to have something catchy. Here's a tip to help you get a catchy headline. Look through your personal development books. Look at what the chapter names are. If you have any magazines laying around that were like bestsellers or whatever, look at those. You can even Google books. Okay. You can go to Amazon and you can see what their bestsellers are and you can pull up what their chapters are in those books. You can go to the grocery store and you can take some screenshots. I know Lori Toon, she did that. She took some pictures of the magazines at the grocery store that are at checkout, right? Those people get paid a lot of money, guys, to have catchy headlines, all right? And why can't you use those catchy headlines to help grab people in, to draw them into what your live is? So you're going to want to pick what your topic is, and you want it to be something. It could be anything, guys. It could be you talking about makeup. It could be about anything, okay? And you can flip that and I'm going to get to that, you can flip that to introducing or asking them later on, if they're in another opportunity, if they are open to hearing about, you know, making some extra money on the side, if they are already using a skincare regimen, if they are already taking any kind of supplements, if they are already using something to help their digestive system, are they already taking probiotics? So you can even do the benefits of probiotics, right? You're not selling a product, but you're sharing the benefits of probiotics. So I hope that kind of helps. So you're going to want to find what your topic is and come up with a good headline. That's the very first tip, right? The next tip is that you are going to want to, and you know, guys, I'm going to be honest with you and tell you, the longer you do this, the more engagement you do, the better the results and the more people that are going to hop on your lives. Okay. So if at the bare minimum, take 5 minutes and interact on at least 20 non-thrivers posts. Okay. 20 non-thrivers posts. I have a lot of thrivers on my news feed, right? So I'm constantly unfollowing some thrivers and stuff. So what I do is I like to click my most recent posts, because those people are active and on Facebook right now. They just posted 1 minute ago. They just posted 2 minutes ago. Okay. So I go to my most recent. You go to Facebook, go to your menu, click most recent. It's right under newsfeed. Okay. So click most recent, and then that's going to be the most recent things. I skip over thrivers. Every now and again, I comment or like or whatever, just out of habit. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I like to go down through and comment and like. I go through my stories, comment and like, whatever. Do that for about 5 minutes. And then the very next step is deciding that you're going to go live. All right. Those are important. That engagement before is like key, guys. It's key. Like key. In fact, if you can't engage before you're live and you can't engage after you're live, don't go live. Wait till later, because you're doing yourself an injustice where you could just get 1, 2, or 3 people on. You could have 20, 30, 40. And guys, it's going to grow as time goes on. There's sometimes I get off a live and there's maybe like 3 people that commented. Okay. Yes, engaging on stories and most recent. Kayla, I love you. Thank you so much for putting these notes in on the side, because you know me. The next thing is you're going to want to introduce yourself, guys. And I know this can be a little bit weird, and I'm still kind of phasing myself into that, because everybody on my Facebook should know me, right? But introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, right? And introduce what it is that you're going to be talking about. And you maybe want to ask questions like, can anybody else relate to this? You know, where's everybody from? Is the weather bad where you're at, or whatever? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is to kind of get people talking. A lot of times I like to ask people where they're from, if they're on any kind of, if they're struggling with the same thing I'm talking about, if they can relate to the things that I'm talking about. Those are the kind of questions that you're going to start to ask, right? Then you're going to want to bring your content in, and you're going to want to start sharing your content, right? When you're finished sharing the content, you can do 2 tips, 3 tips, 4 tips, okay? Maybe you pull up and you have 10 tips. You go and you Google and you have an article and it's got 10 tips, but you don't want to give somebody all 10 tips. So maybe you say, you know what? I'm going to give 5 tips, and then my call to action is going to be, listen, your live should have a call to action, all right? That's going to help people know to message you if they find your content relevant. So you might not get anybody doing that at first, but you're going to say something along the lines of, you know, if you want these other 5 tips, like there's 5 more tips. I don't want to take your time all night. If you want to shoot me a message, I can send those tips over to you, or I can send the article over to you that I read, or I can send the information over to you if you just want to shoot me a message. Tell them to shoot you a message. Why am I telling you to shoot you a message instead of leave you a comment? Because when you get in their inbox, they're going to ask you more questions than what they would on your post. And it creates a a more personal conversation, right? So people tend to open up. And sometimes, guys, your live might be nothing related to Thrive, nothing related to the business opportunity, and that's okay. But guess what? You're in your inbox now. This is their chance. Sometimes they're going to ask you regardless. All right. So that is the next thing. So your call to action is send me a message and I will shoot you the information over, right? Then you're going to get off your live and you're going to go through and you're going to comment on every single one of the people's posts. You're going to like or love on every single one of the people's posts, like that commented, that got on your live. You're going to thank them for getting on your live. You're going to create a conversation. Maybe they say something or give you a tip. You're going to want to respond to every single one of them. This is right after your live, okay? Then you're going to go over to your inbox, okay? Because people messaged you because you told them to message you and your information was good, and you're going to get better at this, guys, I promise. When you go to your inbox, you're going to tell them that you can send them the information as soon as you get back to your computer, or maybe you're just really busy as soon as you get done with dinner with your kids or dance with your kids, and you can shoot them the information over. But real quick, are they say your topic was something about budgeting or whatever. You could turn that into, but by the way, are you already doing something to help you save some extra money or make some extra money? You can throw that in, or you can wait to throw that in until you feel a little bit more comfortable talking to people. But a good way to transition over, you just want to have those conversations, guys, okay? But you can link something, like maybe you're talking about a skincare, like on your live, and you want to talk about collagen. So you can ask them, are you already doing something for a skincare regimen? You know, maybe your topic was aging backwards, or 5 tips to how to age backwards. And then you can ask them, are you already taking any supplements to help with your skincare? In your call to action delay, the biggest key is to get them to respond to you and you to send them back the information a few minutes later. So that creates like a back and forth conversation. All right. And it's a little bit less invasive. You're going to get more people responding back to you instead of you just shooting them the information and they never respond or talk to you again. See the difference? Okay. So that's all I'm going to talk about with these lives. So I'm doing another 14-day challenge. You guys can go and see. My video is not fancy. It's a very personal video about my personal struggles. I didn't do a call to action because it's just day one. I put it out there to hold myself accountable. Hey guys, I'm going live for the next 14 days. I'm going to be sharing some things that I'm personally struggling with along with this journey. I'm doing it to keep myself accountable. If you guys want to do it with me, hashtag 14-day challenge. We're going to do some little fun prizes and so forth at the wrap at the end of it. And I don't care what team you're on. These little prizes they're going to be like personal development or a calendar or, just different stuff that we can order on Amazon and get shipped directly to you. Right. So the next thing is, speaking of drawings, I'm going to wait till the end of this to do the drawing, but I have been doing this accountability sheet for the past few days, and I have a Google Doc that people are filling out, and I uploaded it. I'm not sure. I know some of you guys are on Pacesetters and maybe not on Level Up, but I uploaded it to Level Up. So if somebody on here that is on Pacesetters maybe wants to upload that over to Pacesetters and the files, it's just a check sheet and it's daily stuff that you can do. It's totally up to you to do it. If you want to do it, you can. If not, whatever. It's talking about engagement. It's talking about friending. So basically, I just want people to be more aware of the things that they're accomplishing during the day and the things that they're not. And then maybe you can start bumping the things that you're not accomplishing to the top of that list so that you're getting them completed. And then you'll start growing your list even more. Okay, let's get into some Instagram. Who's ready for some Instagram stuff? Oh, you guys are a rowdy bunch tonight. Hey, Telissa.
I'm here.
Do you want me to go over just like a couple things about profile?
You definitely can.
And then we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah, we can just feed off and bounce off each other.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and everyone, I just want to say, disclaimer, do not judge me. If you look at my Instagram and you look at me now, okay, I look like a hot mess, so it is what it is. This is real life.
So I'm going to tell you first off from experience. I've had success with Instagram. I've had a big old flat line with Instagram. Okay. I definitely will tell you that the key to Instagram 100% is consistency. The 100% key, guys, is consistency. And it is going to be interacting as well. It's engagement and consistency. That is I'm going to tell you, that is exactly what happened with my Instagram. I quit being consistent with it. I quit being consistent with it. And then I tried to do things that weren't me. And that was like the death of my Instagram for a while. It was the death. And I was paralyzed up until recently. And by recently, I mean like this past month. I mean, I can teach Instagram all day long. It comes down to me just not working it, right? But here's what I want to tell you. So your profile, key. You need to have a picture of yourself. People need to know they're dealing with a real person, okay? I know that Twin is killing it on Instagram, and she has the Thrive for Hunger, but you guys, that's just Twin. Okay? It's just Twin. But for the rest of us out there in La La Land, for real, it's a good idea to have a clear picture of yourself. All right. And then your actual profile, you want to have stuff that identifies you. Like, what are you about? What are people that come to your page going to most likely see, right? So I actually need to edit this, but the reason why I haven't edited mine right yet is because I've still been trying to decide what that was. I will tell you that it is a good idea to make sure it's clean. You can copy and paste it. With Instagram, you can, if you don't hit the space bar and then you hit return, you'll get on the next line. But I like to just put it in my notes, what I'm going to use for my biography, and just copy and paste it right into Instagram. But you want to have stuff like that identifies you. Like, I know that people that come to my page are going to see my kids. So I definitely want to say, like, I'm a girl mom, a mom of two, whatever. I run a business. Like, people know that they're going to see probably business stuff. They know different things like that, right? So I don't have a whole lot. They know that I'm attempting to learn how to blog, those kind of things. You can put your Facebook link, like, to your personal profile. Some people get a domain and actually put their website link. Mine, I think, has my Facebook right now, but you can, if you have a blog, you can put your blog name, whatever it might be. I'm not going to get into, and Telissa, you probably agree with me, we're not going to talk about the difference between business and personal profiles. What the fact of the matter is that you should not even be considering a business profile till you can get on your game with your personal profile, right? And I am going to tell you a disclaimer that, yes, on occasion, my profile is private and locked down for short bouts, right? But 99% of the time, if you are just getting started or you're working your Instagram in business, and you will hear pretty much every influencer or blogger tell you it needs to be public, okay? Because people want to see what it is that you're posting. And if you post to hashtags with your post, which we're going to get into, guys, they're only going to be visible to the people that you're already friends with and that are already following you, okay? So you want it to be public. So basically, as for your profile, a clear picture, a good biography, a link to either Facebook, your website, or a blog somewhere, okay, leading somewhere, and your profile public, all right? So the next thing that I'm going to say, and then I'm going to let Telissa talk because I can feel she's got something that she wants to share here, is that it is a good idea to find a pattern to follow for yourself, okay? You can do colors, you could do by the seasons, you could do every other post is like a checkerboard, like where you have a quote of some kind of inspiration, and then you have a business or a personal picture or business picture. You can mix and match. It really doesn't matter, guys. It's really not about over posting anyways. All right. It's really not about over posting. I probably post 1 to 3 times a day on my Instagram, on my actual Instagram. But in stories, even though I slacked today, I try to load stories all throughout the day. Different things going on. Maybe I'm watching a movie. I'm asking for advice. I get like something that I'm like, ooh, that looks good, or ooh, that looks pretty. This food looks yummy that I made tonight. And I might share that, right? But the more interactive you can make those stories where you're asking questions or polls or trying to get feedback of some kind, the better, because you're going to have people in your inbox. You're going to have people DMing you, right? So, Telissa.
Yes. Okay.
Talk.
So I agree with everything that she just says. Make sure your picture is definitely clear, just like on Facebook, you guys. And 90% of us, and you guys can say it in the comments, do you guys prefer Facebook over Instagram? And most people do, because they just don't understand Instagram. It's kind of like the older crowd is on Facebook and the younger crowd is on Instagram. So make sure your picture's clear, and just like she says, have a pattern. So let me show you mine, so that way you guys can understand what she's saying. Let me see if I can dim down mine. So mine, see here, every other one is I have white and black positive sayings, and then you have a picture, and then I have a saying, and then I have a picture. So see how mine is blocked out like this? Okay, mine always hasn't been like that though. So let me scroll down to mine, and I'm going to show you guys why you need to have like a pattern, or you need to have like a flow, because Instagram is completely different than Facebook. So if you look at this is the way it used to be. It's kind of just all over the place, right? If you look at it, you might not even figure out who I am or what I'm doing, because I just have stuff everywhere. Over here, it's more organized, it's nice, it's neat, it's very clean. You have pictures of my family, you have me. And this is the way I decided to do mine, because I'm just a very positive person. So I love inspirational things. I love positive things. Like, that's my jam. I love uplifting people. But mine's a little bit different, you guys, in the sense of I'm also a beauty influencer. So my Instagram is also something that I use for my beauty side of my business, to reach out to brands and companies and to get seen and to get noticed.
And just for the record, she doesn't sell for any MLM companies or anything like that. She's literally a beauty influencer. So she basically represents and sells. And guys, this is something that influencers do. You know, eventually they get free products from this kind of stuff. Sometimes they get paid. I mean, sometimes eventually they get paid to share stuff on their page and so forth, right? It's a whole different ballgame, but she's intertwined it into her business. Telissa, before you continue to talk, I just want to show an example of mine, just so they see, like, because you're doing it that way. And even if you're not a beauty influencer, guys, or you're not a style or photographer, if you're a photographer, you could do something similar to that. But say you're just somebody that just doesn't, whatever, right? I'm going to show you what mine is, just so you get a variation, all right? Because I'm not much of a, I don't know, like, I'm super not formal. This is mine. Okay. This is my Instagram. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, we can see, and see how she has a pattern. So she does pictures on both sides, and she does a graphic of like a quote or something down the middle.
Yeah. So, and see mine, I do selfies for the most part in one. Then I do a quote, something funny, a quote, inspiration, whatever, and then I'll do a random. It might be my kids, it might be a Thrive picture, it might be me setting goals, it might be my food, it might be whatever it is. That's like my free-for-all, right? So anyways, that's just the way that I do it.
Yeah, and I didn't delete. Lori asked if you should start any time, or do you have to go back and delete? No, the only thing that I went back and cleaned up was old product posts, different things like that, because I'll talk about that in a minute. And everybody's opinion's different. This is just how I do it. Is I went back and I deleted like where I put before and after pictures, where I did product posts and different things like that. You will go to my Instagram, you guys, and you will not see a Thrive post on my Instagram. You will see Thrive posts in my stories.
Yeah.
So
and see, I'm the opposite. I do put it in my Instagram, but they're not product. It's results.
You put before and after pictures?
I do, but they're normally like face before and after pictures, not body. I do the before and after bodies. Normally, sometimes I'll do a body on a rare occasion, but mostly in my stories for those.
Yeah, I do it all in my stories. But again, this is where I'm different, because if I have a makeup company come to my page and they see bodies and bellies on my Instagram, they're going to be like, okay, is this girl beauty or what is she? So mine is a little bit different, but I like to tell a story. And that's the thing with Instagram is different than Facebook, which you still want to tell stories on Facebook. But in Facebook is you can write a post and you can put a picture and people's going to read the post, right? You're going to sit there and read a post. Instagram is not that way. Okay, you got to catch them with the graphic and the picture. So your picture has to be clean. It has to be vibrant colors. Play in there with the editing. But what I will tell you is don't get so much in editing and making your picture perfect that you forget to capture things. So focus on your life and telling a story and capturing things that you want to say, and then edit them later. Because you'll get so wrapped up in taking so many pictures and editing right there, and you will miss out on taking other awesome pictures and to tell stories of your life. So focus on taking them and then editing them later. Also,
wait. Dustin asked, do we need to use a picture editor in stories? No, you can actually, stories let you edit. There are so many things you'll just start playing around with. You can add all kinds of stuff. You can edit your photos and so forth, all right within stories.
And the thing is, that's the difference too. Stories is built for like Snapchat. So Snapchat is so successful because it's real life. It's not edited. You go to Facebook and you go to Instagram and you don't know who you're looking at. Do you really look like that? Because that could be edited 20 different times upside and down. Snapchat is successful because it's real life. It's there, it's real life. And that's why I also recommend don't take your posts that you save to your camera roll and necessarily put them on your Instagram, on your stories, because people go to your stories because they want to see the behind the scenes. So I tell it as my Facebook and my Instagram is what I want you to see. Okay, my stories are behind the scenes. You get a little bit more detail about me. You get to see the real life of me. You get to see what's going on and what I'm about and how I look like a hot mess 99% of the time. So it's completely different. So, and we can get into stories in a minute, but your feed, make sure your picture is good. Make sure your description is there about yourself. Keep it short and keep it sweet. Stay personal. Do not go to a business page, because people know if they go to a business page, they're going to go there to be sold. And your goal is to be a good friend. Your goal is to grow your following. Your goal is to grow engagement. So if you go to all these celebrities' Instagram page and how they have a check mark and they're all, like legit, if you look, the majority of their likes and their everything is because their comments. So how you grow your engagement is not posting 24/7. Okay, listen, how you will grow your engagement is not throwing up and posting 24/7. That's what your stories are made for. Limit your posting to 2 to 3 times a day. If you got something to say or you want to throw up on everyone, go to your stories. Do all of that in your stories. But your wall, keep it 2 to 3 times. Focus on telling a story, but also focusing on how can I gain engagement? Because people can share your post now. I don't know if you guys know this. People can share your Instagram posts. And if This is one thing I wish they made for like a personal page. If you have a business page, you can actually see who shares it and how many shares you have. But on a personal page, you cannot. I wish maybe they will. They're always changing. But if you see, like, for instance, I did a funny meme. It was a bird box meme. I got almost 300 likes. I got people tagging people in the comments. That's what you want to do. So figure out what your audience likes and want to see to be shareable, to create that engagement, because you want your friends commenting and tagging their friends in your comments, like, hey George, come look at this, come look at what she posted, it's so funny, or oh my god, my sister Sue, she needs to see that, and they hit that share button and they share it in their inbox.
Yeah,
That's how you will grow your Instagram the fastest, is you want to create content and put things out there that are shareable and that's going to create engagement
and that are you.
Yes.
Yeah,
you, 100%.
guys. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I was like, okay, I'm going to get serious with this Instagram thing, and I'm just going to post some positivity post, right? And I'm going to share tips, and because that's what I do, right? So I started doing that, and guess what? I wasn't getting a lot. And I was like, well, this is no fun. So then I started incorporating my personality, like the kind of things that make me giggle or laugh or whatever it might be. The meals that I had, pictures of my kids, me doing whatever, my struggle, my ups and downs. And guess what? I started to enjoy it, but I also started to get people that followed me, that could relate to me, that started commenting on my posts, and I started commenting on theirs, and we're going to get into that next. But I like, don't lose who you are in this process. Find your groove. It doesn't have to be what Telissa's doing. It doesn't have to do what I'm doing. It can be, you guys, there's some people that will do a color scheme where they have like a different color. I tried it. It got on my nerves. I felt like I was like wasting so much time. Some people like to use the same filter, maybe bright, maybe light, maybe a little bit pinkish. I tried the pinkish and I liked the pinkish. It was just hard to stick to. So I chose to just kind of be like bold, but really my scheme, my color or my scheme is, the solid. You can see the definition when you go to my page. You know what you're going to get, and you kind of get to know me a little bit, right? As somebody asked, and I want to say this too before we get on to any farther. Some of you guys are like, I like Facebook. That's great. I'm happy you do, except for the future is in Instagram. There's billions of users, guys. And that is where the younger kids are. And guess what? Those younger kids are going to turn into older kids that have kids to feed and families to feed. So getting ahead of the generation, you got to start somewhere. Okay? You want to start now, because the longer that the time goes on, the more Instagram people that are going to be on there, and you want to create your following, right? But I just want to encourage you that, yes, you might be hardcore Facebook, but I want to ask you, how many leads did you get this week from Facebook? Because Instagram, you can kind of open up this whole other care. Listen, I never signed an international promoter until I went to Instagram. I never signed promoters outside of my state until I went to Instagram. And then the game was changed because I signed people from all over the country and all over the world. Okay? So I want you guys to understand that this is a great way. People are a lot more open to talking back and forth on Instagram. I get people daily in my DMs, daily, having conversations with them all day. And then guess what? I post something in my story. We were having conversations about, I don't know, whatever I posted about, and they filled out on the poll. And then I post about minis, and boom, they want a mini. I want to try that. They're more likely to conversate with me because we've been talking about hair, or we've been talking about something totally unrelated. But now they feel comfortable asking me, like, what is that? I want that. But they might not have never, ever reached out to me before if I had not. Telissa, do you want to talk about stories before we talk about engagement and interaction, or do you want to talk about engagement interaction?
It kind of goes hand in hand, honestly, because we engage in our stories. So
but I'm gonna, when we go in our news feed though, I'm gonna link in how to find the people in the process.
Yeah.
So talk about stories and tell people how you can create that interaction going on. And
Okay,
just yeah, just go.
So like I said before, like my wall is kind of like what I want you to see. It's like real professional. It's nice and neat. It's edited. It's crisp. It's nice. It's eye-catching. It's going to pull people in because remember, it's all about the pull. It's not about the push. Okay, you guys? So my stories is when you get the behind the scenes Telissa. You get to see my kids being crazy. You get to see my life, what I'm doing, what I'm wearing, what I really look like. And not that I don't look any different, but you know what I'm saying? I don't have makeup on my face. I'm actually like clean and crazy. And I may be cooking. So create a story, but don't draw it out so long that people, instead of tapping to see next, they start swiping. Because you want to keep people in your stories. They can easily be like, okay, this is like 10 slides long and I cannot take this. And she is getting on my nerves. And they swipe. And people do it because I do it to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So also think in the back of your head, think that if you were looking at your story, would you swipe or would you keep clicking and wait for the next slide? Think about that. But you can create that story. Tell a story. What you're eating, what your day is like, what's happening. I'm going to the post office and I'm mailing some happy packs. Who wants one of these bad boys? Only a couple left. Create a poll. There's an option in your stories to where you can create polls to where people can ask questions. They can ask questions, but they can also answer yes, no, and you can customize them. So for the longest time, you guys, I didn't know. I thought it always had to be yes and no. Yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. And if you're like, I've always just made it be yes and no. No. Click on it and you can customize it. So I never say no anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I never say no anymore. I always say yes, get me fixed up, or DM me details.
Mm-hmm. Or not, or almost ready. I like to use that. I used
almost ready, but never just leave it yes or no. And I promise you, I didn't know that we could edit that. And I just learned that like a few months ago. And I was like, oh my God.
And you know, so while you're talking about these stories, I just want to say something that I've done. And this is mainly because Carrie Ann kind of got on me about it, and it was super awesome though, is that if you go to your stories, guys, like today, this is my, I posted that this morning, and I have to update mine because all the rest of them went away. It's just like a kiss, and it was the same post I posted on Facebook, but I didn't want to post it on my Instagram feed. So I put it in my stories, and I put a cute little dog that said, have a nice day. And he's waggling his tail and he's super cute, and somebody kissing, and it was like a happy Monday, right? It was just a good spirits type of post. It wasn't interactive, but I'm going to do some interactive later. But this is my tip. When you're out places, like I was at the mall last week and we were in Spencer's, and there was this picture of a poop cup, and it actually had poop inside the cup, right? And it was like something about poop on the outside. So anyways, I pulled out my Instagram and I said, I need to boomerang this real quick. So I boomeranged the cup, and I showed like the inside of the cup, and anyways, I just saved it. I didn't post to my Instagram right then and there. I just saved that story. Okay. So then when I go back to post later on and I want to create a story, I can use that picture because it was framed and fit, and the boomerang is already saved for my stories. So it looks different than a post that I just took and posted in there. If you have a picture that you already have, what you're going to see and what you're going to notice most of the time is that you're going to have color on the top and the bottom of it when you try to post it, if it's not a picture that's taken in the stories. Telissa, go ahead. Because I just want to put that, I just wanted to say that. And I see people talk, Telissa, you said you answered that about the algorithms. Here's the deal, guys. I'm very, very, I'm going to just be very brutally honest when it comes to algorithms. They change daily. They change more than most people change their underwear. Okay? They do. I'm just being honest. So your best bet to combat algorithms is action. Is just action. Just talking to people, networking, action. Just continue to move. Okay? And I promise you, your action will your stuff will get seen. All right. So try not to overthink the algorithm too much. Yeah. Try not to overthink it.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Just go with it. And on your stories, you can add polls, you can add your locations, you can add GIFs on there. Oh my God, I have the best time with GIFs. I love those. And there's actually an app you can call Giphy, and you can actually, it's for Instagram, and you can actually post just the GIF to your Instagram story. It's amazing. So there's so many things you can do in your stories, you guys. But I think probably the best thing that I think about stories is interacting with others.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you interact in other people's stories, you can get lost in there. You'll spend set an alarm. Okay, set an alarm, because I'll be interacting and an hour will go by and I'm like, oh my God, I was only supposed to be here for 20 minutes, because I get wrapped up in it and then I get wrapped up in conversations. But I've learned to stop and not go to my DM and engage in those conversations until I'm done engaging. So set yourself an alarm and go through your stories and engage with other people. Send them little heart emojis, send them little fire emojis. If they post their kids in their stories, be like, oh my God, your child is so precious. They grow up so fast. Little things like that, compliment them. People post pictures of their kids. People post pictures of themselves because they're proud of it. They're proud of their kids, or they're proud of their look, and they're wanting seen. They're wanting, compliment them. So make them feel good. Be a good friend, and think of, again, go back to yourself. How would you want somebody to react with you? So set a timer and go through your stories and interact, comment. Don't just give a heart. Don't just give a thumbs up. On Facebook, you can now give hearts and thumbs up. That doesn't go to their inbox. That doesn't go to their inbox, you guys. I don't know if you think you're interacting and that's going to their inbox, but it's not. Only the comments go to their inbox. Now, when I go back and check my stories, I can see little hearts and I can see little thumbs up, but that's not going to the inbox. Now, on Instagram, those go to the inbox. So it's completely different, but set a timer and go interact. When you interact, guess what? They're going to be like, who is this Telissa? We have never talked before in my life, and I don't even know what she's about, but she just gave me the sweetest compliment. You know what she's going to do? She's going to go to my Instagram page and she's going to see what I'm about. She's going to be like, what is she doing? Who is she? Then guess what? Now she's going to do? She's also going to pay attention to my stories. And because we engaged, now Instagram's going to be like, oh, they're friends. They want to see each other's stuff. And now they're going to start pushing my stuff into her feed. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's how you get in people's feed, is by interacting. Facebook and Instagram don't want it to be salesy. They are here for the engagement. They are here for the friendships. So if that's why when we talk about engagement, having lots of likes and having lots of interaction on your post is so important, and not just from accounts that have 5 followers or maybe one post and they never post ever. They just there to scope on people. You want interaction from good, Amanda, she's got thousands. What is you following? 14,000 now? 15? Maybe more?
Mine, it's 25,000.
Yeah,
but
she's out of this world. I don't want to talk to her.
23,000, I think. But here's the deal, guys. I went about almost 3 years without interacting with my followers. So guess what my algorithm did? Plus, in the beginning, I did it all wrong. And I bought followers this is 2013. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. Don't use automatic liking apps or automatic follow apps or followers apps. Please, please, please trust me, because if they are fake, Instagram will remove them. How do I know? Because Instagram removed 20,000 followers at one time from my page. And also, they aren't going to be people that want to buy your stuff, guys. They're people that they're just literally putting into an app to say, hey, like these posts so you can get some coins, so you can get some more likes on your page. So please, please, please understand that doing this organic, while it might be slow, it will be what pays off.
And Instagram will work if you will work with it. You have to take time. And that's why I said set alarms for yourself. I loved doing the power hours. set an alarm for yourself on your phone, and I'm serious, set an alarm or you will get lost because you'll just be engaging because it just keeps going. It just keeps going, and you're just like, I'm like being an amazing friend right now, and like you will get stuck there. So set an alarm and go be an amazing friend for like 30 minutes, and then go to your DM and answer those messages. But so that is like hands down the fastest way you're going to get your engagement up is those stories.
So I'm going to give a couple tips on the outside the stories, just on newsfeed real quick. Okay, so here is like a quick way to get some engagement. Okay. If you just scroll down your newsfeed, guys, some of those posts are from days ago, just so you know, those people aren't actually on it. However, at the top, or when you hit your search button, like the little circle, you know, on Instagram down at the bottom. Hold on, I'll pull up my Instagram. You know what? Hold on a second. I bet you I got an idea. Let me see if it'll work. iPhone AirPlay. Hold on. I'm going to try something, guys. You got to bear with me for 1 second. It might not let me. It might. Oh. Hold on. Yep, it's going to let me. I think. If it lets me, this is going to be great. Great. AirPlay. Maybe not. I was hoping it would. I don't think it's going to. I was trying to AirPlay my phone for you guys to be able to see it on my computer or on my phone. Oh, it's because my Bluetooth's off. Hold on. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Because I think that this is such a key. Yep, I needed my Bluetooth on for my AirPlay to work. All right, let's see. If you type in a search thing, okay, on your, I'm sorry, I'm just connecting Bluetooth on, open Bluetooth. I was trying to pick up my phone. Hey, Telissa, do you know a quick way that you can, do you know a way to explain how somebody could switch from a private account to a public account, because she's having trouble with that?
Yeah. So you're going to go to your, let me turn my brightness down. You're going to go to your Instagram and then click the lines up here in the corner. Click there, and at the bottom, you're going to see settings. Right here, click and then scroll down. Hear all your stuff, and see it gives me the option right here to switch my profile to business. If I was business, it would give me the option to switch to personal.
Okay, guys, I think I got it. I think my phone's connected, so just give me a second.
Do you put your posts and stories in the same time, if that makes sense? Facebook question. No, Amanda, I don't. So what? Like my posts are my posts, and my stories are completely different.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about on Facebook?
Yeah, she was asking a Facebook question.
Oh, I don't like to share my post into my stories. I feel like if I think like my online, sometimes my stuff does go there on occasion, but I feel like, I honestly think, guys, I feel like if you do that, you're kind of setting yourself up for people. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I guess some things could probably go for both, but I don't know. I don't like the words, the way that the words look. It's not letting me connect it, which really pisses me off. But that's okay. That's all right. I can explain it. I can explain. Okay, so we're wasting time here with this. So I'm sorry. Okay, let me get off of there. All right. So go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say while you were doing that, going back to the whole layout on our Instagram, you can't rearrange pictures after you posted them. Okay, so if you do, you would have to completely delete them and start over. So that's why I said just leave your Instagram the way it is right now and start fresh tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow I'm going to have my life together. Tomorrow I'm going to be like the blogger you don't even know about, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
and here's the thing, guys. When you start your sequence, like Telissa's telling you, it's going to look weird at the beginning. But about 6-9 posts in, it's going to look awesome. Okay?
Yeah.
So just be patient. Be patient with it. Look, I want to show you this. So here's the search button for those that don't know. Okay? Search. I'm just going to hit it. And then this is going to pop up. I do not even look at this stuff. Okay, I don't even look at this stuff because these are influencers mostly. These are people that have like so many likes and comments. It's not even funny. So I type in, listen, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm going to just type in something here because if I say a certain phrase, then everybody's going to use that phrase to search. Okay. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to type in dance mom. All right. So I'm going to type in dance mom. Why am I going to type in dance mom? First of all, I'm going to post a picture of Leah somewhere, okay? But I'm just going to say this. I'm not even going to do this right now. I'm just going to share with you how you're going to find people to follow. Ready? So my kids in dance, hear their relatability factor to me. I know that other dance, like I'm going to type in stuff or whatever, and these people may or may not relate to me. This isn't going to be the popular thread that I'm going to use. When I type in dance mom and I click search, you're going to have top that comes up, people, tags, and places. Okay? You want to avoid the top because the top are influencers and people that have like 20,000 followers or more and so on, right? You're going to want to go to, I like to go to the hashtag for this, okay? This is other dance moms. Use that tag, okay? So hash mom or dance moms. And then when this screen pops up, see this screen here? See how it went and it has top again? Look at the top people. Nah, I don't want that. I want the most recent. I want the real moms. Okay? These dance moms, man, they got fancy stuff. But if you notice, these are real people. A real little girl, just like my little girl. Do you understand the power that this has? I can go to this post right here, and I can say, I mean, this is actually a dance studio, so I'm actually not going to follow that. But I am going to follow the people that follow this dance studio, okay? Because those are moms, other dance moms that are following the dance studio, right? So, but say this was a person, I would say, ooh, I want to follow her. Follow, like, oh my goodness, my daughter just started dance and she is absolutely loving it. She's taking hip hop and jazz. That's it, guys. Like I could say something like, what's your daughter take or whatever, right? If the post didn't say it. Why would I do that? That's creating a back and forth interaction. It's sharing that I actually have something that I can relate to about this person. I'm not just some random person that goes to my page and she says, oh, 23,000 followers. Oh, I'm not going to follow her. Da, da, da. No, I just put a thoughtful comment, a relatable comment in her stuff. Okay. So let's keep on scrolling, guys. These are people that are posting right now. They're the most recent post. Okay. Oh, it's dance class in some other country. That's okay. These cute little girls. Got it? Follow. Oh my gosh, they look absolutely gorgeous. Comment, like, go on. Next person. Oh my God, how did you make that picture? Holy crap, that's awesome. Like,
That is
what
really
what
cool.
app is that? Like, I mean, seriously, that's what I would ask them. Whoa, what app is that? That is awesome. Comment, like, follow. You hear the trend here? Oh my goodness, look at her. She's so adorable. Like, I'm speaking to you what I'd be commenting on these people's posts. Do you hear the difference between, oh, like a little heart? I'm bringing up conversation because holy crap, look at her. She looks like she loves it, right? What's
And
that make you feel?
it's going to make her feel amazing. But you guys, when you comment, like she says, just don't do like hearts or like emojis. Instagram is 5 words. So if you do not comment 5 words, not emojis, not 4 words and a heart, 5 words and then emojis, Instagram could possibly flag you as spam.
And you're just not gonna be, I mean,
Exactly. It's not personal. It's not personal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not personal. I mean, look, guys, I mean, I did dance moms, but you could type in anything. Maybe you have mastiffs. I have a mastiff. Okay. Maybe I want other doggy moms or doggy parents, right? So then I'd look up the animal that I liked. Maybe I like cats. Maybe, and I look up cats. I look up Catwoman. I look up, I don't know, everything under the sun related to cats. And then you see that becomes a relatability factor. So this is how I find who I'm going to follow. This is how I find this is how I create interaction. This is how I create likes and back and forth, along with what Telissa said with the stories. You want to go through and you want to comment genuine comments in those stories. You want to create polls. I'm sorry, I've got the hiccups.
You're okay. You're okay. But also by doing the reset, remember when I told you guys that when you want people engaging on your posts that are active and that post and that are engaged in Instagram's going to be like, oh my God, she has real people liking and engaging with her, because Sam over here posted and like an hour or so ago, and now she's engaging with her. This is real people. This is real conversation. Let's go ahead and take Telissa's post and let's put her up on the Explorer wall. Let's put her up in here. She used these hashtags. Let's throw her in the top in these hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
So you want real people that have a good Instagram engaging on your Instagram, because that's going to push your Instagram out there to more people. Now what I do is, because I am in the beauty world as well, is say you're in the fitness world. It's the beginning of the year, you guys. Everyone's hitting the gym. Everyone is starting a new class. So maybe you're going to the gym. Maybe you decided to take up a spin class. Spin class is your jam right now. Go on Instagram and search spin classes. Use the hashtag. You can conversate with somebody and be like, oh my God, I'm new to spin. This looks like you had so much fun. Da, 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 da. Like, get in it. Like, for me, I'm in the beauty world. So what I like to do is I like to go to other companies, like the indie brands, the small home, not the home base, but the small brands that are just growing. I go to their followers, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go follow all their followers. And you know why I'm going to follow all those followers? Because I know that they're into beauty. And I know if they go to my page and see my pictures, they're going to follow me back. So I'll go to the other brands and I'll do that. I'll interact there. I'll go into comments and I'll interact in the comments. And then it's not weird if I follow them. I have never, ever, 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 ever got a message like, do I know you? Never. Because on Instagram, that's what you do. It's just what you do.
So I mean, you guys, I know like Telissa does beauty and stuff, but I want you to not be scared about sharing testimonies. Like, I take them straight from the Lavelle fan page. I shared this the other day. I mean, it had 130 likes and it had a good bit of interaction, and my profile was on private, I think, at the time. I want you to understand that these kind of posts can still certainly have ridiculously awesome stuff. And then, I posted something funny that I thought was super funny, and guess what? This is a total Amanda post. I got like 273 likes, right? And a shit ton of tags and comments.
That's what you want. That's
Yes.
what you want.
And then you want to go in and you want to love and comment back to those people. If you ever go to any blogger site, guys, you're going to notice that those bloggers, the ones that are like really successful, they're going back and forth with people all the time. That's where their engagement is. And it's incredible. Okay. How do you get those potentials for Thrive if you're not posting about it? In my stories, but I do post about Thrive on my Instagram. I just don't post a lot about Thrive on my Instagram. I post it mainly in stories, but I kind of drip it on my Instagram because I'm not a beauty influencer. I do post it, but I post only clear images and only like posts that grab it. What if in real life you have a darker sense of humor? How does that work?
Post it.
Have you ever seen this stuff I post sometimes?
But like, you know, like how she got all those tags? That means Amanda needs to post more stuff like that.
Exactly.
Her audience likes that.
Yeah.
She needs to post more stuff of that. When I did that funny meme, I got almost 300 likes and I got people tagging and sharing it. That means I need to post more things like that.
Yep.
Figure out what your audience likes, figure out what gets you a lot of interaction, and then go with it, run with it.
Yep, 100%, exactly. And you have to realize that what is going to be what your audience likes and what mine is, it's going to be totally different, guys. It's going to be your personality and what you put out there. But when you're doing something that's working, like if your Instagram is bumping right now, don't change a thing. Don't listen to a thing. Don't change it. Just keep doing it, right? Till it's not working anymore. If you're not, then try these things. And I'm going to give you a list of some certain things to do every single day to kind of help you. But this is 100%. Like I promise, guys, it's a game changer. And you can also, if you don't want to look up hashtags, you can type up a person's name, which I don't ever use the people feature. Occasionally I will, but I like to look up stores, certain stores that I shop at the most, and those people I like to follow. I also like to look up locations of local gyms, local parks, kids, people that like my daughter's dance studio. I've been tagging. You want to tag that kind of stuff. So like if you go to the dance studio and I post a picture of Leah, I want to tag Fifth Street Dance, in that, because then other people that are looking at Fifth Street Dance are now going to see my kid, and they might go to my page and they might see my stuff. And you can. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to tell them that you guys can follow hashtags. So you can pick a hashtag and follow that hashtag. What that means is when somebody uses that hashtag, it goes in your news feed. So that's how when you use hashtags, you show up and different people come and see your stuff. But you have to be public. When you use hashtags, if you aren't public, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, and I want to say this too, because I get a lot of people that tell me that they've got a lot of weird followers. Okay. And I want to explain this to you guys, and I hope that I come off right and I don't come off like really rude when I say this. That is not going to change. This is the internet. Facebook, you're going to get a bunch of wiggly lines of people that you can't understand, and somebody that's in the army and military and everything else, and a story telling you how beautiful and gorgeous you are and how much they want to fall in love with you and marry you and make you a princess. Okay. I promise you, the weirdos, they're not going to stop coming. You get to allow them to stop you, or you get to say, block, delete, move on. Right. But if you find yourself getting an absolute ridiculously amount of people, you need to check the hashtags that you're using on your post. That's another thing I wanted to touch on real quick. When you make your post, I use an app called Tagomatic, but guys, you don't even have to use that kind of app. You can just sit there and you can say, you know what, before you make your post, think about what hashtags you would want to use that would be relevant to your post. Okay. Relevant to your post. So like if I posted something that was like Monday motivational, right? Then I'm going to tag maybe inspiring quotes, Monday motivational. I'm going to type good morning, whatever, right? But what you need to understand is that some hashtags have a bazillion people, okay? Some hashtags have very few people. You're going to want to have like some of those real popular, some middle, and then some that maybe only have like a couple things, right? Because those real popular ones are going to get buried real quick. Those middle ones are the people that are probably going to like and follow your stuff or see your stuff the most. And then the people at the bottom, but you don't know which ones sometimes are going to have that, are going to drop you real quickly and not. I like to use, some people will tell you to use 30 hashtags. I personally like to use like 15 roughly hashtags, and I always put it in the first comment. Some people put it directly after their post. Some people put it in the first comment of their post. Telissa, what do you do?
I put it in my post.
You put it in your post. So again, it doesn't matter if you put it
preference. Yeah,
it is preference. So you can either use it in your post or you can put it in your thing. Okay, so I went to Instagram just now and did this. Search for Pitbull Moms. Followed, commented, liked, made a connection, and currently messaging someone. Boom! Love it, right? You guys, I promise you, if you just start doing just what we talked about, like you are going to start to see a shift and a change. And it becomes fun because people are interacting with you. But they're not going to interact with you unless you interact.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you guys. Don't go on Instagram thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to make this a salesy post, or I'm going to make this post and I'm going to get like 10 new potentials. Girl, bye. Sit down and focus on being a good friend. If you focus on being a good friend and going and interacting with other people, that's when it will come. Just focus on your engagement. Focus on what you're putting out there on your Instagram. Focus on your stories and engaging in true engagement. And it will grow. Rome wasn't built in a day. Takes time. Just start tomorrow. Start today.
So it's gotten to the point, guys, and I'll tell you, I told Telissa to go all in with her makeup stuff. Didn't I? I was like, you need to go for it. You need to do this. Because why? Because you're good at it. You love it. You enjoy it. You're passionate about it. People are going to be drawn to you with it, right? So like, okay, Nikki, I'm going to totally call you out with your pretty curly hair that you were fixing. So Nikki, what would I think of when I think of Nikki? Well, I think of somebody that is strong, somebody that would do anything for her kids, somebody that is always showing her damn awesome body pictures because she's bumping, right? I'm thinking somebody that's healthy, somebody that grinds, man, that shows up. So, like, that's the kind of stuff that she would want to share on her Instagram. Is like, hey, this is my transformation. This is how far I've come. This is what I'm doing, right? But you can mix in some of that mom, some of that inspiration, some of that what's going on with your transformation, your body. It doesn't have to be so. You guys, listen, she posts a body picture. She don't need to talk about selling product. People are going to say, what the hell are you doing? What are you using, girl? What's helping you get those results? And that's what happens. That's what creates, if you don't leave anything up to the imagination. Listen, guys, I'm not telling you to not post your company. I'm not telling you not to post the name of your products, but I can tell you that more people are going to ask you what you're doing if you just share the results, because that's what they're interested in, is the results.
Yes. I was going to say something and I lost it. Oh, so if you're sitting there thinking like, that's all fine and dandy, like you're a dance mom and you're into makeup, I don't have anything. I'm just Thrive. You need to find yourself.
Yes.
You need to find yourself and you need to figure out what you're about. You are who you are. Amanda is Amanda. I'm me. Kayla is Kayla. Amanda is Amanda. Like, you are you. Figure out what things you're about. What do you like to do? Do you have a hobby? If you don't have a hobby, you need to figure that out. Mm-hmm. You need to figure out what you are. You're more than just a mom or a dad. You're more than just a wife or a husband. You are you. What are your interests? What do you like? And that's what you need to share. That's what you need to talk about. And that's where you will grow. When you have passion about something, people will see your passion. People will catch your excitement, and you will draw them in. Because remember, it's about the pull. It's not about the push.
It's like I see Brittany on here. Yeah, she's like, wait, did you just say my name? Yep, she did. But she's back to school. You know, she's a mom. She's trying to learn how to balance her business. Like, these are all things that other people, like, she can be hitting up that college market right now. People that are studying, finals, you know, exam, studying, like these kind of hashtags, you taking a picture, you doing your stuff, mom life, because, you know, you're trying to balance it all. You could, you know, make funny memes about being crazy, you know, whatever, right? I can tell you guys that if you really think about it, some of you guys are like clean freaks. I don't know where that comes from, but some of you guys like to clean a lot. Take pictures of what you're doing, your before and after pictures of you cleaning it up, right? Or maybe you're super organized, or maybe you're a big couponer, or maybe you're somebody that loves to take photography and you're trying to perfect yourself, right? Photography pages are a little bit different, but you can still incorporate that growth that you're having into your page. And that is where you're going to find, I saw Julianne said, what, I don't have a whole lot anymore. I used to years ago. She said she used to have a lot of stuff that she could share. That's where you have to do some self-discovery. Maybe it's you need to do some personal development, and that's the kind of stuff that you need to share. Maybe you're on that discovery of what it is that makes you excited. Maybe it is the places that you plan to go, or the things that you want to accomplish when you achieve the goals that you're going after, right? So it can be pictures of areas that you plan, that you want to travel to. I posted that kind of stuff. You can make things, yes, you can make the most boring things exciting, guys. Like, I mean, some of you guys are like big and budgeting and calendars, and I'm not organized. So I'm like, that stuff makes my head spin. Okay. But guess what? There's people that are in your market that are going to relate to you on what it is. Like Samantha Lyles, big on crocheting, her and her mom both. And they just started like a group on Facebook to grab other moms that are also in that. Well, guess what happens? Those other moms are going to start seeing their Facebook, right? They could do the same thing with Instagram, you know, with the crocheting and so forth. And I can tell you guys, maybe you just had a new baby, and you can share that journey, right? Or maybe you're a new grandma, or somebody that's in that retirement age, and you can share these things that you're able to accomplish now and do now that you weren't able to do then. So I want you guys to know, yes, try to make boring exciting. I love you, Julianne. You're funny. But the thing is that you just have to find your groove, guys. The things I was going to say to do daily, I think we should probably wrap this up. I got to draw some names. Oh my God, there's still 50 people. Thank God. Telissa, if there was just, I don't know, just give a couple tips of what you would suggest for people to focus on doing daily.
Every single day, wake up and make a post. Second, go to your stories, make yourself a story, and then go to engaging.
Just make that a habit this week.
As soon as you wake up, make a post, go to your story, make a story, and then start engaging, and set an alarm for like 30 minutes and start engaging. And at the same time, after I engage, I would go and follow people, because you now have a post, you just made a story that they can check out, and you kicked up your engagement in your algorithm of Instagram by engaging with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do those 4 things.
Yep. No, I think that's great. You did mention unfollowing people. Do you want to, so that's a tricky one for some people. They don't know who to unfollow. So There's apps, guys, that you can
Yeah.
get to help you unfollow people. Don't try to massively or anything like that. We're not going to get into all the details of mass unfollowing or anything like that. But there's apps that you can find to help you unfollow people that aren't following you back and so forth. But like I said, we're not going to get into all of that right now. If you unfollow people, can you still see their posts? I mean, only if you look them up. Only if you look them up. You won't see them anymore in your newsfeed unless they use one of the hashtags that you are following. And you guys can set that up. If you want to follow certain hashtags, literally all you have to do is search for that hashtag and click follow on the hashtag.
Yeah, if you unfollow people, you can't see their stuff, but if they're still following you, they can still see your stuff.
Yeah.
The only way they're going to stop seeing your stuff, because there's people that's probably unfollowed you and that you're still following them potentially. So there's apps for that. And one thing I will tell you is never, like, of course, when you're growing, your followers are going to you following people are going to be high, and maybe the people following you are going to be low. So make sure to keep that kind of even. You don't want to be like following 10,000 people and only have like 2,000 people following you. That's like a red flag that you're just out here trying to gain followers and you're not a true, like, you're not just being genuine. So make sure to keep your following and your non-following about even, okay, or below.
And we'll do another Instagram sometime on highlights and all of that and kind of like some more advanced. I'm going to take a picture of that and save it real quick just so I can use it later. See, guys, how many of you did that? I totally took a picture. I saved it. Now I can exit out because I already have it saved and I can do my story later. Last thing I'm going to say, and then we will let you go, Telissa, unless you think of anything else. I think those were some great things. That checklist, guys, it has some Instagram things that you can do daily, posting to your stories. Basically what Telissa just told you. Follow, go in, like, actively engage, and so forth. So I'm going to draw a couple winners from the Google Forms that, so for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just share with you. I created this Google form for my team, and I'll show you guys. We've had 80 submissions. I'm just like, I'll just show you. I don't care. We have had 80 submissions. We've had 83 submissions. So we had 3 more submissions while we've been on this Zoom of people that have been doing it today, right? And so there's 83. I can go through individual or I can go through a summary. These are the questions. The very first question is, did you take your 3 steps today? Because the people that said no, I bet you they struggle with their business a little bit more. This is a whole thing. So these are the questions. Did you take your 3 steps today? Yes, no, or maybe you took some of it. Did you send happy birthday messages today? Yes, no, and I guess that means a couple. I don't know why it says that. How many friends did you add today? So some people are like 15, 16 here, right? So that's a pretty cool feature. Did you interact with non-thrivers today? Whether you go live or you make a post, you still need to make a habit of doing this. Look, 90%. So that tells me like we're making some progress, guys. Did you share a product testimony? Ooh, 32% did not. An opportunity post. Half of you guys aren't. You know why half of you aren't? Because you're not confident in your ability. You have to believe that you can, and then you will attract those that believe that they can too. Did you go live today? Whoo-wee! 69% no. If you want to grow, eventually this has got to change because this is where Facebook is heading. Did you sell minis today? Somebody has sold a crap ton. Some not. Okay, that's okay. Did you do 3-way calls or chats? Majority are not doing those. That's what this is telling us, is like what the majority of people are doing and aren't doing. Did you reach out to 15 non-thrivers? Oh, that was one last thing that I want to say. I'm going to draw, but I don't want to keep this screen sharing when I draw, is that reaching out to people on Instagram. You can, new people that follow you, you can shoot them a message and thank them for following your page. You're excited to get to know them better. Take a peek at their page and it'll help you respond. So you can say, hey, thanks for accepting my follow if they had to accept it. Hey, thanks for accepting my follow. I'm super excited to get to know or follow your page. My daughter's also in dance. Okay. I just went off of that dance mom business. Telissa, go ahead. Can't hear you. Hold on. You're muted. Hold on.
So sorry. Okay, so I'm going to show you my story that I just did. So I took a picture of us. I put on here, I love working from home and that I get to grow with other men and women that are like-minded. And then at the top, I made a poll. Would you want to work from home? I said, heck yes, or send me info. Now, here's the thing, you guys. Work smarter, not harder. Okay? I'm going to take this poll. Before I put this poll on, or if you forget, take the poll off and save. There's a save button right here. Okay? Save it. It will save to your camera roll. Add the poll and post it. Then you can slide over to Facebook and pull it up in the Facebook stories, add a poll on Facebook, and boom, you have 2 stories done at the exact same time. And you didn't have to retake a picture. You didn't have to add all of the GIFs. You didn't have to add all of the typing. Does that make sense? Okay. I just wanted to show that.
Can you guys hear me typing? I just now thought of that. I'm sitting here like, and I was like, oh, can you guys hear me talking? Okay, so I'm typing this out, but I'll just say it now that Telissa's done explaining. So the Google Doc is in the announcements post, but the form is if you just want like your own checkoff list. It's a 7-day form and it is in the files section. And the Google Doc, you just will fill it out every day. It's up to you whether or not you do it. You don't have to. It's just for your own accountability. Everybody said they want an accountability partner, but then their accountability partners fell off the face of the planet. So now it's just you being an accountability partner to yourself, basically, and to our team, like to the team. Oh, look, there's 3 more people that put it. Okay, so Telissa.
What?
Pick 4 numbers between 1 and 87.
7.
Okay, hold on. I got to get to it. And I might have to have you pick another name if that's the day that I forgot to. I didn't have names added on there. I need to write down these people's names. Okay, so the first winner is Heidi.
Yay! Congratulations, Heidi.
Heidi Felix. And if I mispronounce anybody's name, just laugh and know that I do that to everybody. Heidi Felix. Okay.
29.
Okay, hold on. I just got to go back to the top. I love that this allows me to it gives me a, it shows me all of that. Okay, 29. I'm on 29s. So here we go. Let's see who 29 is. TC Jones.
Woo! TC. Let's go with 34.
Okay.
Amanda, just make it your first and last name. Just keep it personal. And just in my opinion, mine's Telissa Ayers.
Ariana Dion.
Ariana Grande.
And I'm going to post on Level Up after I get done with this.
Okay, so I have
that's why I'm writing them down, because I'm like, okay. And then one more.
You said the 89, right?
87.
Let's go back down to 14.
Refresh. Okay, okay. And we have, I can't pronounce it, but Callie, it is Leah. Leah Chanthalavongaza. Yeah. I can't.
Congratulations.
I told you I can't pronounce names, so nobody laugh at me. But I think that's a pretty legit name not to be able to pronounce. But I'm going to post this, and then I'm going to post what the prize is. And I just wanted to do this live so that everybody understood that it is going to be every week. I'm going to do this on Monday night. I'm going to do a drawing from the week before. And so yeah, I'm basically going to say, okay, next week it's going to be like the numbers, like 80 through 200 or something. And then we'll do a drawing from there. And the person who I'm asking to give me the numbers has no clue what number anybody is or who submitted. So we can pull it up right there, and it's nice and easy. And everybody can submit this form, and it's your own accountability, and you get put in a drawing for fun stuff, right?
So how do they enter? You will post a Google form the day early that day?
No, the Google form is the same form, and it's pinned. It's in the announcements post on Level Up, and all you have to do is just go there, and it's the same form every single day that you'll submit.
Bada bing, bada boom. There you go, people. Well, I hope this was helpful. Amanda, thank you for having me on. I don't know a lot, but I'm glad you let me share what I do know.
I appreciate you guys. I love it. I'm excited. So thank you all for plugging in, and I promise I will get the recording. I'm so sorry. You guys should know that my Zooms are never an hour. Bye, guys. Thanks, Telissa.